Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another review of another 80s horror film, and this time it is the Slumber Party Massacre. Now this is a Shout Factory set that has all three films. Now, the first movie came out in 1982, and this is one of those trilogies that probably the only horror franchise, well, maybe the only franchise period, that each installment is directed by a woman. Now, it was written by Rita Mae Brown, who is a known feminist, and she had written a parody of slasher films. But then Roger Corman produced it, and they got Amy Jones to produce and direct it, and there's humor in it, there's tongue-in-cheek in it, but it's played more serious than I'm sure the writer wanted it to be. But the Slumber Party Massacre, this is not it's not a franchise I grew up with, so I can't say I'm a big fan. 3, I don't remember a damn thing about. 2, I thought the killer looked neat with the weird guitar that's a drill, and it was trying to be like a little bit of Elm Street vibe, but not really a fan of part 2 after watching that again. I'll probably wait and review that when I get to the year it came out, because I'm doing this horror movie marathon. I'm kind of keeping it within the years. I think that was like 87. But this one, I mean, it's fun for what it is. I mean, it's very short. It's like an hour and 19 minutes. You get a lot of nudity. You got very gratuitous nudity, like a very gratuitous shower scene with asses and titties all abound. I liked the guy who played the killer. I liked his look. He had a weird look to him. And his choice of weapon, this big power drill. Kind of like that drill. Let's see, do they have a good picture of him? Yeah, this guy here. I mean, I thought he had like a good look face, and the drill. How he, one thing I noticed watching this film, maybe it's because women wrote and directed it. The funny thing, the guys get the more gruesome deaths, and the women do not, which I thought was kind of an interesting thing. That the more gorier, hardcore deaths are to the guy victims than the women, which that's fine. It's just something I noticed. I thought that was interesting. But I mean, it has some fun kills, has, again, a tongue-in-cheek humor to it. Very short. I like the different choice of weapon, not just a typical knife or whatever. I mean, if you go into a movie called The Slumber Party Massacre, it delivers what it promises. And I didn't find the film boring because it goes at a pretty decent pace. I mean, the plot, you have this girl named Trish. She's having a slumber party. This girl named Valerie is the new girl. She invites Valerie to the slumber party. She says no, though. And Valerie decides, for a good chunk of the film, she's just babysitting her younger sister, while Trish and her friends are having their slumber party. Now, before that happens, a telephone repair woman is pulled into a van and killed while no one notices in broad daylight. The dialogue, I mean, these girls play basketball, and then after that, one of the first dialogue after that scene is, I think your tits are getting bigger. Mine? So that's where you get like the big shower scene with lots of nakedness, which I like. It's cool. Brink Stevens, which I know she's been in a lot of horror films, she has a very early role in this, where she gets chased into the locker room by the killer. Her arm's been cut. Blood's dripping out from under the door, and she's trying to clean it up. It's too late, and the killer notices. And that's what I mean, like, with the women, you don't really see much of their kills. Like, the female repair, the telephone repair woman, you don't really see her killed. It's just, she's pulled into the van, and we get the idea. Brain Stevens, you get the idea because the killer drills through the door to break the lock, and then she screams. Cut away. But then when the first guy that gets killed, which is the neighbor who's by the slumber party, he's what was it? Drills him and is pretty damn gory. Like right through the neck. Yeah, it was actually right through the neck. It's like, damn. Or like the one girl finds her boyfriend, but the head falls off. There's a pizza delivery guy. His eye's been drilled out. These two guys try to make a run for it to help the women. These two guys who were kind of checking out the girls and speaking. But then they say this dialogue to the point of, maybe we should split up. Hey, even if one of us doesn't make it. I'm like, huh? Like, why don't you both go out and then you both could tackle the killer and tip the shit out of him? But no. Man, yeah, it's one of those movies. But one guy gets a really gory drilled from the back. The other guy, he gets stabbed like multiple fucking times with a knife. Like I said, the guys die a much more gruesome death than the women. Because the women, he'll come down with the drill and it'll cut away. Or he'll kill a woman and you see maybe a little bit of blood on her stomach very briefly. But again, just something interesting that I noticed. The humor, I didn't think it was as funny as some people make it out to be. But I mean, I just see that it was trying to go with it. I just didn't laugh. Probably the one bit is when the pizza delivery guy's dead, and you see in the trailer where one girl eats it, and she says something to the effect of, "Eating makes me feel best. And boy, do I feel bad." Then she eats the pizza. "Oh, I'm feeling better already." I mean, the movie, I can't say I love the film. Your lead girl is really Valerie. And most of the film, she's just fucking off with her sister on the across the way, and really has no interaction with the killer, has no inkling of what's going on. Because I don't really buy the Trish girl as our main character. I think it would have been nice if both men and women got gory deaths instead of just half and half. Just, to up the gore and special effects and kill scenes. Like, I'm fine with you killing the guys in a gory way, but why not do it to the girls too? At least some of them. So we can actually see it. And then when, the kills are not happening, it's kind of like, okay. These girls are having a slumber party and they're goofing off, and it's like, okay, like I'm indifferent. But again, the movie does give you what you're looking for. You got nudity, you do have some gore, you have a different type of murder weapon with the drill. I thought the actor Michael Villella. I thought he did a nice job as the killer. Including when he finally does speak and he's like, pretty creepy, I thought, where he goes, takes a lot of love for a person to do this. I love you. You know you want it. I thought he did a pretty solid job. And the ending was satisfying. I mean, when Valerie finally enters it, you have a little bit of humor where she gets this saw in the basement. She's run up the stairs. She gets yanked back. And then she gets a machete and she cuts the drill bit. And then cuts the killer's hand off. And then cuts him in the stomach. Guy falls in the pool, but he's not dead yet. He jumps off. And then she impales him with the machete. And as soon as the killer's dead, the movie is over. Like Roger Corman would say, when the monster's dead, the movie's over. And they follow that rule. So that's what I mean. Like, I have issues with when the killing's not happening. I don't think the characters were that interesting. And yeah, it's weird that the lead is sort of away from what's going on for so long. She's in her own little world. But again, with that said, it's only an hour and 19 minutes. You got your titties, your nudity, you got some good gore when the guys in the film get killed. The ending is satisfying. And you know, it does have a certain vibe to it that a lot of early 80s films has. That gives a bit of charm to it. If that's the best way to put it, a certain fun vibe. Maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe it's just the fact that they don't have films looking like this anymore and sounding like this anymore. Even though there are films nowadays that try, but just because they try doesn't mean they succeed. But the Slumber Party Massacre, fun short slasher film. I think if you're an 80s slasher fan, you've already seen it, or you should definitely see it. The sequels, I think, suck. Like, this is the guy with the drill I was talking about. I think when I first saw it, I wanted to like it. So it's like, yeah, I'm trying to fool myself I liked it. But I'm like, no, this has a really shitty ending. And I would say the first one's the best. This is a good pack for those who like the films, because it does have commentaries on each film. And a 3-part documentary, which totals to like an hour. So each film gets about 20 minutes apiece. So yeah, Slumber Party Massacre. Pretty straightforward flick, to be honest. But the title said it all. So thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.